Hello, welcome to Animes, another weekly roundup of AmiAmi figure pre-orders. This will be from the 13th of August to the 17th of August. Not many figures that actually went up this week, so I've added a couple of another website of resin figures to just have a look at some resin figures, just kind of to gauge the response, or whether you guys would like me to cover resin figures as well, potentially. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and this will be a relatively quick video to get into, so we'll get straight into it, at least for the AmiAmi figures. Koharu Shirasaki, Aka 1/6 by Kurira Dole, 26,800 yen. This is a cast-offable figure being released in October 2025. Very well endowed figure, obviously a bit more on the alluring side, not NSFW, fully cast off at least in the top. I don't think it's nether region, nope, so it's just the chest that could be bare for this one. Alternative chest, and comes with an illustration card as well. So not bad if you're after that sort of thing, sort of a cheerleader aesthetic, I guess you could say, at least that's what in my opinion it is. Kind of design outfit, cheerleader kind of outfit, I think you could say, with two faceplates as well. It looks like she comes with a smiling one. I think I prefer this faceplate compared to the more lewd face that she's going off there. So that's not too bad. Face, chest, and lower body is alternative apparently, but they don't list the alternative lower body in the photos for AmiAmi. So I think the nether region is cast off actually in this one. We've got a binding figure, Choto Daki Aiga Omi Dark Elf, Isekai Kara, by binding for 44,000 yen, April 2025. Quarter scale, very nice looking figure, and it's it's a dark elf. There's not much wrong that you can go here. Fully cast offable figure. Like the design on this one as well. The suit looks really well done. Binding have always done the bodysuit figures much better, in my opinion, than freeing overall, and I think the designs are just better. Bonus being cast off, and 44,000 yen is the same price as a lot of the freeing figures that we've been seeing coming out. So really, you probably shouldn't order most freeing figures that come out, seeing as a lot of them get put on sale a few months after release anyways. But this is a very nice looking figure, definitely one to keep an eye out for. I'm very tempted to get this one, but April is packed pre-orders unfortunately for me next year, so I'm just gonna have to bookmark this one and see if she's still available when she's released. It is a dark elf, and she's got the pole as well. She go so well with a lot of my other figure core scales I've got coming later on in the year, so definitely a figure worth getting a hold of. Hatane Rona, illustration by Ohisari Shibui 1/6, manufacturer Ascendia, for 15,400 yen. Very good price for 1/6. Definitely June 2025 release. Very well designed looking figure. Love the outfit. Sort of ballerina-esque design, I guess what you could say with this one. Swan ballerina-esque outfit. Very good looking. The feathers look really well done. The sculpting looks really well done. Leaning might be a bit of a problem. I hope, since this base is opaque and not see-through, this rod, if there's a metal rod at least going through her leg, so that would give me a bit more reassurance that there wouldn't be so much leaning. Hair sculpt looks really well done, and you get two alternative faceplates for this one. I don't know which one I prefer, whether I prefer the closed eyes or the eyes open. I think I'll probably have the eyes open, personally. But yeah, very good looking figure, and the price is very well done. For manufacturer I've not heard of, so maybe wait. These are prototypes, so the final product could be not on par as we're seeing here in prototypes. But the blending as well, and the hair on the back looks really well done. Although you're not really going to look at that, but the shading on, at least on the front, on the bangs, and that'll look really well done. Yeah, so very good looking figure for the price. Definitely worth it, but I would probably wait to see when people get this in their hands, potentially, since it's an unknown what the QC is going to be like for this manufacturer. Artifacts J Near Automata version 1.1a 2B by Cody Pakir for 24,030 yen, January 2025. So it's another 2B figure, 1/8 scale, with a very nice looking base. I actually like this one a lot. Pose looks really nice and dynamic. So yeah, very good looking one, and obviously you get a lot of leg and cheek with this one as well. So if you have her on a higher shelf, it might be a bit more alluring, I guess you say, if you want to lean that way. So as you can see, very nice posterior sculpt work going on there. So yeah, very good. Cody Pakir have always done this very well. Definitely, and the Artifacts J line's pretty good anyways overall. Definitely worth getting a hold of a few, but I've covered a couple of other 2Bs over the past couple of weeks anyways, so you've got quite a good selection of near figures that you can get a hold of if you want to build out a near shelf of near figures. So definitely worth getting a hold of. And then to round us up, Hatsune Miku, pretty much there's a Miku every week generally. Magical Mirai 2024 version, 1/7 by Design Coco for 29,700 yen. July 2025. Very colourful design, pastel-esque design aesthetic. The base giving you a lot of extra, I guess noise, I guess you could say, but a lot of extra accessories. The blue going to yellow hair shading looks really well done. So Design Coco have been around for a while. They are a bit more on the pricey side. So it is 30,000 yen for 1/7 scale, but it is Hatsune Miku. Sculpting looks really well done, and I think Design Coco, their previous releases have been really well done anyways. So yeah, I've not heard any bad things about them. So potentially definitely worth getting really if you like this design, the Magical Mirai version. So yep, worth getting hold of. And then to go to resin statues, I recommend Oz GK generally overall, since it's a much more modern design, website compared to a lot of the other resin GK-esque figures or websites that do resin figures. Normally it'll be something GK that will tell you it's they deal in resin figures. So this just to give you like they do a weekly recommended. They have trending on social media, so they do a lot of updates on their Instagram and Facebook as well. So depending on the feedback, then this changes as well. And I think they do Twitch streams as well. Yeah, it's a very modern design, giving you a lot of opportunities. How to nail down what sort of you're after. And then you obviously got your 18 plus females, males, and furries if you want the furry options. Different studios that make the resin statues. These are the more obviously well known, but there's tons of studios that do loads differently, licensed and non-licensed. That's what you have to keep aware of. So like this licensed super discount ones, these are licensed figures that are actually the studio have obviously actually got the rights to make those figures, but there are unlicensed ones as well, which give you a lot more unique designs if they're unlicensed, and generally are also not safe for work as well when you get to a lot of the unlicensed ones. So I've picked a couple just to give you an idea of what sort of you can expect. So this is I went to the all stock and just went to the most latest ones, and everything basically. They do prints as well, not just resin statues, and you occasionally see a couple of PVC normal figures pop up on here as well, like on AmiAmi. They'll pop on there. Normally it's the cast offable figures that show up on these websites, but it depends on the particular website. They don't always cover the same ones. So I think this one, if I remember correctly, had these two binding figures that I covered last week's video that you could pre-order from here if you do want to pre-order them from AmiAmi for whatever reason. But yeah, I picked a couple of figures. Cousin Brother Studio. So this normally will start with the studio name and then what the figures called basically. So Dragon Ball Android 18, and then you'll normally get one photo or a couple of photos, and then the option for deposit at full price. Does not include shipping, and so yeah, so it doesn't include shipping. And sometimes they'll include a scale, sometimes they won't include a scale. Since this is a pre-order, it's generally pretty hard for them to. They're early in finalizing their designs. So, and it also mentions no release. Like normally when they do releases, it's in a quarter, so it'll be like, you know, November, yeah, October to December, so Q4 of 2025. Which generally they quite often get delayed as well, with the resin, especially over the whole we had COVID as well. A lot of them did get delayed by a fair amount. But this seems like quite a nice looking one, but there's not much extra detailing. We don't know much about it, so maybe you'd want to add this to your wish list to see. But you get a better price, like if you on early bird option. So yeah, not a bad looking one, but there have been other Android figures in the past, Android 18s that I've seen, which have generally been better as well, for a bit less than this as well. With this price range, I'm reckoning she's going to be cast off, and probably going to have, so fully cast off and probably come with two bodies. So there'll be a fully clothed body like this one, and a fully nude body as well, most likely, for this sort of 776 price. Based on my experience of my resin figure that I've the one resin figure that I've purchased. Then we got stereotypical Delusion Studio, Azulane Tayo in a race screens outfit. This is a 1/6. They give approximate heights just in case, depending on how they're manufacturing them. Even though it might stay 1/6, they're not exactly accurate with the scaling with these. So yeah, and then you got deposit full price, and yeah. This at least comes with two photos, and this is much closer to. You can tell this isn't a render. This is an actual painted prototype that they've done, and obviously she looks really well done for this one. Very close to the probably Myethos. Myethos's quarter scale of Azulane Tayo as well, in the same outfit. Obviously just without the umbrella and without that style of base. Then we've got Dream Hunter Studio, Hunter x Hunter. Statue series number 1. So they're doing this as a series, so this is the first one. So if people are purchasing this, they probably want to keep on top of this studio specifically. Watch out for future releases to add to their collection if they're going to keep going down the Hunter x Hunter line. So this one's actually not bad, a really good price, 1/6 for 148.53, pre-orderable, and this gives you an idea. It's Kaito from Hunter x Hunter. Looks pretty good, 1/6, yep. And looks like you get this little mini chibi figure as well for this one, which they don't mention here. But yeah, no, looks good overall. I like them, and the paint jobs normally on the resins can be good, but obviously when it's this price range, 150, painting's gonna be, there's not gonna be insane amount of shading or anything. Then we got BP Studio Dragon Ball Android number 3 Android 16. For this gives you at least options. This is what you normally expect to see. So you got two different versions and a deluxe version, which is deluxe normally means you get both A and B, and that's generally going to be the most expensive one as well. And then you can pick your scale, quarter scale, and 1/6, and deposit a full price. And then in the description, it'll give you an idea of how much, what A and B means. And then of the deluxe is going to be, as it says here, A, B versions can replace upper body, plus A flooring that holds half the body. So take a look at some of the photos as well, because they might list A, B in here, but considering it's saying coming soon, not too sure. But yeah, the detailing on this looks obviously really nice, which generally are. The textures that they do, the effort they go to for this is really nice. Android 16 I like a lot. You'll generally see a lot of Dragon Ball figures, statues going up. Like this one, Dragon Ball the Romantic. So Bulma by Shime IG Studio. This is a non-scale, 1/16 to 25 centimeters approximate, and it's only £106, so pretty cheap. Quite a nice looking figure. Overall, yeah, not too bad. Sort of semi-translucent top, But yeah, it doesn't mention anything about it being cast off or anything. But yeah, Bulma sort of comes up semi-frequently as well. And then this is just proper like cast-offable figure. Starry Sky Studio, Genshin Impact, Bunny Girl, Farina. This is sort of a reverse bunny design, really, so they probably should have put reverse bunny in the actual title. But yeah, so you got this, and this is a 1/7 to 1/9 pop like and a quarter scale, so you get both of these for the same price. Out the full payment is out of option, but you can still deposit at least to still secure yourself a one. You just have to figure, and you just have to pay for it at the end. But yeah, you get a quarter scale and a 1/7. They probably just do this 1/7 to 1/9 just in case, depending on how they are when they're actually getting released, because when they're early birds or pre-orders, like especially early birds, they've not finalized really anything. The quarter scale they probably have finalized, but the this other option, the other one, they haven't. So this could change, the listing could change, and then they split these off, so you then can choose a 1/7 or quarter scale. But yeah, these are generally pretty nice to look for. Anything can pop up on here, so that's the downside, is it's very hard to keep on top of resin statues overall, just because there's so many come out all the time over the course of the year. And yeah, and they're just obviously very expensive when you want like a decent, especially quarter scales. They're always insanely expensive, you know, 400 or 500 quid starting for a quarter scale, so double the price of easily of a freeing figure and a binding. So that's it. Another website that I have used is Favorite GK. For this is where I ordered my resin statue from. This is a bit more of a simpler layout, but they at least they have a discount zone, which I think is quite nice to look at. Weekly recommended, newest as well, so you can just click on, when you get to the bottom news, you can click on view all and just see all the newest releases, their hottest options that they've got that have like are in stock, or you know, getting a lot of, at least people look at viewing those web pages. And then again, normal 18 plus, and then it broken down by the most popular anime IPs basically out there as well, if you want to view all of them. So yeah, and then in stock and pre-orders. So our Favorite GK and OzGK are the two resin websites that I would generally recommend overall. So I've personally used Favorite GK, and OzGK from what I've seen is pretty good as well. And I've seen other anime figure YouTubers recommend this website as well for who do get resin statues, especially anime resin statues. Obviously, they will cover DC, Marvel, a lot of other IPs as well as resin statues coming out, and game resin statues, not just anime. So if you want me to cover more resin statue coverage, then I can do that as a separate series. Probably do that as like a Sunday release thing. Just let me know in the comments if that's something you would be interested in me covering, since this was a pretty short, obviously just for the AmiAmi side, they were closed for 2 days sort of thing. So yeah, that's it for this video. Please comment, like and subscribe, and I shall catch you in another video. Thanks, bye.